call from
Sadiq,
an inmate at Clark County Detention Center. To accept this call, press 5. To refuse this call, hang up now. To block this call and all future calls, press 9.
come on, pick up. I'm stuck on house arrest, so what can I do? I got a few topics I'd like to discuss with you. I'm locked up and preaching, free within myself. Preach! Dedicate my time to spread knowledge yourself. I'm grateful for the lessons and I pray for the wicked. They destroy the truth, but I'm barren stay gifted. I accept life lessons by affirming my intention. I'm a poet, a magician, I'm one of God's inventions. Learn to make the most out of every situation. Give out my love without hesitation. I'm a Sin City Saint, spreading mercy over justice. Now check out the show and let's all make progress. What's the haps? What's the haps? I'm paying for my sins by giving love back. Yes. What's the haps? What's the haps? I'm paying for my sins by giving love back. Yes. What's the haps? What's the haps? I'm paying for my sins by giving love back. Yes. What's the haps? What's the haps? I'm paying for my sins by giving love back. Yes. House arrest, preaching services. House arrest.
Sadiq. I got a new topic to discuss today, so thank you for chiming in. The topic is gratitude.
Yeah.
So I'd like to discuss this topic of gratitude because gratitude, in my opinion, covers actually a lot of different bases that are important for spiritual progress and success in life. By this point in time, I'd say most of the population is familiar with the book The Secret and the law of attraction. So the law of attraction is basically a law that states that whatever we focus our intentions on, that is what we're going to receive. And gratitude, I would say, is a method that allows for us to focus on simple things that we're already receiving, but that allows us to bring more of that into our life. So essentially, by bringing more, you're basically attracting it to you. So for that reason, I feel like gratitude is a key component for success in life and in spirituality and whatever endeavors that you might have. If you're hoping to get a raise in your job, but you're not even grateful for the position that you're in, how are you going to demonstrate that you are the type of employee that even meets the caliber to reach the next level? If you're ungrateful to your family, then why are they going to keep helping you or give you any advice or whatever it is that the circumstances might be? The best way to deal with anything in this world is to be grateful about the situations that arise and be grateful about the people that are there to help us and be grateful for the simplest things, from the air that you breathe to the light that you see to all of your surroundings and all of the things that you have. The more that you're grateful, the more that you'll attract things to be grateful for. And honestly, in a very simple way, it'll just put you in a good mood, because if you're grateful for all of your experience, then there's no reason to be walking around pissed off or, with a frown or anything like that. And that being said, not that I'm the kind of person to always walk around smiling either, life has its light and its dark. But in my perspective, I feel like it's important to be grateful for all experience, whether it's light or it's dark, whether it's happy or it's sad, because all experience will teach you something. So in one of my other videos, I mentioned acceptance. The first blog video that I made, or vlog, whatever you want to call it, I spoke of acceptance, and coming to accept, that's like a simple form of gratitude. But if you actually, in that video I mentioned embracing, if you embrace the situation, you're getting closer to being grateful for it. So through this tool of gratitude, we're able to start paving the way for a more conscious lifestyle. If you're grateful for every single breath that you take, you're able to slow your life down. You're able to slow your thoughts down. And you're able to move ahead in a way that will progressively benefit you and ultimately push you into the direction that you want to be pushed into. So one expression that I've come up with, and who knows, maybe somebody else on earth has said it before, due to cosmic consciousness or something like that, the mysteries of life. But what I say is gratitude is the attitude of altitude. So the reason that I say that is because gratitude is an attitude, and it's the attitude of altitude because it's a high way of thinking. It's comes down to being a perspective, a certain point of view. So the more grateful that you are, the more that you absorb this point of view of life, the more that you'll attract those things into your life. Without even knowing about the law of attraction, just being grateful will automatically put you in a better position to bring more of the things that you're grateful for to you. It's very simple, and that's why this being my official second video, because there was a 1.5 that was me just kind of rambling about things. That's why I've chosen, as far as preaching service is concerned, to specifically talk about certain topics. And this topic is one that I feel is easy and can be grasped by anybody at any level, and is actually very necessary to move forward into anything else when it comes to not only spiritual life, but your regular life. So if you are even interested in mindfulness meditations or positive affirmations or anything of that sort, just being grateful will automatically put you at a level to make all of those things easier, because being grateful will allow you to slow down. Being grateful will allow you to have an understanding of the current situation. So right now, I'm grateful that I'm able to make this video and give some food for thought for the people that are out there and help them out in whatever situations that they might be going through. Right now, I'm grateful that I have the technology as to where I can record myself and edit the videos and put them out onto YouTube. So I'm grateful for YouTube. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be of service to you guys. I'm grateful for all of God's creation. Ultimately, I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for the air that I breathe. I'm grateful for the great food that comes my way. And I'm grateful for the people who have been there to help me. And honestly, lately I've been on an online group forum for a certain personality type based on MBTI. It's a certain psychological personality testing. But I'm very grateful for these people. I'm on house arrest, as I've mentioned, and it's the purpose of the show. What's the H.A.P.S? House Arrest Preaching Services. So I'm stuck here, in this kind of crazy situation, but I'm grateful for it. And I'm grateful for these people because they're there. They've listened to me. They've helped me. They've worked through thoughts with me. They've even helped push me in my endeavors and been supportive in so many different ways. And I'm grateful for that. I right now don't have people helping me right in front of my face, and I'm honestly kind of a reclusive, introvert type of person anyways. So it's okay to a certain degree, but, to be forced into a situation where you've got to spend days by yourself because you live alone and you can't even bring your friends over after certain hours and stuff, it's tough. So I'm very grateful for these people, and the love and compassion that they've given me through Facebook. So right now I'm grateful for Facebook. I'm grateful for YouTube. I often in my life have criticized these things, social media, trendiness, blah, blah, blah. But right now I'm genuinely grateful for this. And, that's the beauty of life, is that you're able to learn and grow and push yourself into new directions. And the more that you become grateful for things, the more that opportunity will come to you. And that's even something that I'm learning right now. I have been aspiring to be grateful for so much of my life for years. You know, like I've kept journals, gratitude journals, and always used positive affirmations, or at least for, you know, so many years I've been using positive affirmations that reflect gratitude, and even come up with this expression for myself: gratitude is the attitude of altitude. And it's been something that has really helped me, but I continue to grow with it. And that's the beauty of spiritual life and these practices that we can apply to our life. You know, no matter what level we're at, there's always room for growth. And that's something to be grateful for, you know. I'm really appreciative of it. I'm grateful for all of these circumstances, as crazy as they are, you know. I think of these things as like the misadventures of Zeke Sadiq, but it's okay, you know. These adventures through the darkness are allowing me to become a greater person, and allowing me to have to be more grateful for simpler things, you know, like when I'm allowed outside of the house, when I get to walk up to the house arrest office. You know, it's a pain in the neck. I don't want to go walk over to the jail essentially and have to report to some police officers and stuff, but I'm grateful for it because it gives me some time to be outside. I get to be in the sunlight. I get to hear the birds, you know. I get to observe nature and feel connected to these elemental spirits and whatever fairies or gnomes or whatever's out there that could even be unknown to me. You might not even believe in that kind of stuff, but I personally do. I think there's like wood sprites and spirits and God only knows what, you know, like they're just like things that we can't see. Just because I can't see it doesn't mean I can't believe in it. And I'm personally grateful for being out there and in that experience. And I'm even grateful for my house arrest officer, you know, when he's kind to me to a certain degree. I'm appreciative of seeing officers repeatedly, because the more that I relate to them on a personal level and on a human level, it reminds me, you know, these people, they're human beings. They're just like us. They're doing their job, and it gives me more gratitude. So for that reason, I'm grateful for all of these set of circumstances that I'm facing. And the more grateful that you are, the more that you will feel that gratitude, that you will appreciate the simple things in life. You know, like there's a book called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I've honestly never read that book, but that title in itself says so much. And it's like, don't sweat the small stuff is like one perspective. Being grateful is another perspective. It's like two sides to the same coin. So like the more that you're grateful for the little things, you're not going to sweat the other small things that are negative. You're so grateful for the small positives that the small negatives are practically meaningless. So I'd like to share a short paragraph with you guys from The Secret. And this is Lisa Nichols. It's working as much as you're thinking. Anytime your thoughts are flowing, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the past, the law of attraction is working. When you're thinking about the present or the future, the law of attraction is working. It's an ongoing process. You don't press pause. You don't press stop. It is forever in action, as your thoughts are. And the author of The Secret, Rhonda Byrne, she goes on to kind of break that down a bit. Whether we realize it or not, we are thinking most of the time. If you are speaking or listening to someone, you are thinking. If you are reading the newspaper or watching television, you are thinking. When you recall memories from your past, you are thinking. When you are driving, you are thinking. When you are getting ready in the morning, you are thinking. For many of us, the only time we are not thinking is when we are asleep. However, the forces of attraction are still operating on our last thoughts as we fall asleep. Make your last thoughts before going to sleep good thoughts. So this, actually kind of ties in, at least from my perspective, with gratitude. Because the more that you're focused on being grateful and the more that you're focused on gratitude, the more that your thoughts are going to be at a higher level and attracting higher things. They're talking about thoughts attracting, and that's what they consider to be the law of attraction. So what I'm saying is, even if you don't understand the law of attraction, you don't care about the book, The Secret, just understand that your thoughts, they develop something, like the Buddha, he had this perspective that it's like thought, word, and deed. So the thought is like the seed. And, the same kind of concept lies in Science of Mind, which is basically a school of thought from the teachings of Ernest Holmes. And he studied mysticism from all around the world and basically, condensed it for the Western world. But this same kind of theory is there, that we create things based on our thoughts. The thought is like the seed. So we plant the seed based on our thoughts. So if your thinking process is based in gratitude, imagine all the things that you're going to create. If you're grateful for life and its situations and its circumstances, then you're going to create more and more things to be grateful for. And that's kind of like the mystery, that's the beauty of it. So, test this out. You don't even have to accept it for what I'm telling you. Just test it out. Be grateful for everything. When you wake up in the morning, be grateful for waking up. When you see your loved ones, be grateful for seeing them. When you go to work, be grateful for having your job. And the more that you're grateful, the more that you'll see that there's more things to be grateful for. And it'll start out with the simplest things. And all of a sudden you're like, wow, somehow I brought heaven to earth, like the Hare Krishna devotees, they say that a devotee can truly bring Vaikuntha to earth. And Vaikuntha is the place of no anxiety. And the ideal of a devotee is to reach a point where they can be as humble as the grass and as tolerant as the tree. And if you're grateful for every single situation, that's going to lead you in that direction. You're going to become a Vaishnav, a true servant of the Lord, or a very Christ-like figure, because at that point of gratefulness, nothing is going to stop you. Nothing is going to be an impediment in the path, because you're going to become grateful for the impediment itself. You're going to become grateful for life and all of its experiences. And I'm grateful, for my crazy set of circumstances right now. Not that I'm any kind of high spiritual being or anything like that. I'm one of the most fallen, and for that reason, I feel like I've got to do my best and even try to share any kind of knowledge that I've acquired along the way. And the biggest key with knowledge is that you've got to apply it. Knowledge without application is useless information. So these have been, some of the lessons of my life, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to share them with you. And I hope that you all have a blessed day and that you are grateful for your life and your experience. And I'm grateful for you guys tuning in. See you next time on What's the H.A.P.S?